Do you ever look back and think, what was I thinking? Well, that was my fault when I stumbled across this deck. So this is a Niv Mizzet Incarnation Fires of Invention deck that apparently I was running in Explorer back in the day. As I said, I was going through old lists, seeing what I was playing, and I came across this list and I was like, good God, when did I play this? So I had to go back and look at the, well, check the tapes as they say, and I discovered that I was playing this prior, obviously, to the introduction of Bring to Light. But I was jamming this in ranked, and during the tech video I found online, I'd actually used this to rank up, which is insane to me when I look at this list. The meta back then must have been so different. From the video, it sounded like Rakdos and other enigmatic Carnation decks were running riot, so I was apparently playing this deck, which, for those who aren't aware, it is built around the two cards, the Enigmatic Incarnation and the Fires of Invention. Fires of Invention is, you can only cast 2 spells on your turn, no other time, but you can cast those spells for free if you have that many lands. So basically, if you have 5 lands, you could cast Niv Mizzet for 0, but you can only cast 2 spells a turn. And the other spell is Enigmatic Incarnation, which is essentially a birthing pod for enchantments. You can sack an enchantment at the end step and get a creature with mana value +1 from your deck. So apparently I built this deck with a combination of random enchantments and random creatures with the intention of sacking 2-drops into 3-drops. Like, there is some interesting stuff here. For example, you can sack your Trial of Ambition or your Path of the World tree to grab Gloomshrieker, which next turn can turn into an Edgar. Yeah, this was deep in my Edgar love. Apparently, I was still running Edgar everywhere, and that increased. But the thing I was insane about was main board Yorion and Yorion in the companion slot. So I do not know what this deck was, and I really wanted to just slam it into some games and see what came up with it. So, before I slam it into these games, let's talk about what we want to target with this. We're just going to see how this goes. This is kind of a foundation check. I'm going to play this, see if I like the playstyle of it, and if I do, I might come back to it next week or the week after with a updated video, because there are some choices in here that I think would be better suited with different cards. So, targets. As always, target 1, we've got to win a game. Target 2, if we can win a match. And I will point out, in this deck, there is the meta must have been crazy because there's no board wipes here. There's nothing else. This was also best of 1, so I don't even have sideboards. So this is going to be a rough sell. Okay, our third target is pretty simple. We need to fulfill the purpose of the deck. We've got to have both Fires of Invention and Enigmatic Incarnation out. And the play pattern we normally see for this is basically on turn 4, we play a Fires of Invention, then we'll cast an Enigmatic Incarnation for free with the Fires ability, which is our second spell. And hopefully we have other enchantments on the battlefield that we can just sack and start grabbing creatures. That's a pretty straightforward one. I think we can accomplish in 3 games. And then we have, well, this one is going to be a progressive goal through the entire video. At some point during the whole video, I want to Enigmatic a 2-drop into a 3-drop, a 3 cost into a 4 cost, and a 4 cost into the 5 cost. Those are the 3 literal sacks we can do in this deck. We don't have any 1s to 2s or 5s to 6s or anything bigger. That's all we got to do, so we can try and hit all 3 of them. And finally, I want to cast or Birthing Pod into Kalia. I do not know why this card is in this deck. Like, this is me trying to look back on what was I taking. I mean, I could have, for all I know, I could still have been in lockdown, stir crazy mad mode and been slamming anything. But Kalia the Zenith Seeker, when she enters, we look at the top 6 and we can reveal an angel, a demon, and or a dragon and put them into our hand. So clearly, this was my 3-drop to find Niv to set up for later. It's a cool idea, and I do like it, and now that I've seen it in this deck, I'm like, there's a lot more dragons and demons and things now. Maybe I could use her, and my brewer's brain starts going. So, those are the 5 targets. Are we going to achieve them? I have no idea. I have no idea if even Arena is going to give us merciful matches, but we'll take it into casual and see what we can find. First game here with our Fires of Invention Niv Mizzet deck. Alright, there's a Fires of Invention. Let's see how this goes. Opponent, Simic, okay, and a Bushwhack. So, could be a number of things here. Let's start with a Invasion of the Giants to just start scrying. This will not be here when we get to the Enigmatic, so we'll just see how this looks. Thunder Trap into consider. This could be Simic Oculus. There was a deck I made a budget version of very recently. And if it is Oculus, we could be in trouble. Oh, it is. Neoform into an Oculus. Very nice. Full respect for that. Okay, so... Oh, Fires. Alright, so this is perfect. So, Fires of Invention resolves into Enigmatic, so target free done. I will keep a tally on my list. Target free is done. So, we Enigmatic into our 4-drop, and I'm going to try Hostage Taker here. They do have a blink, so we've got 3, 4, and 5. We have done the 4. Alright, there's Oculus getting us down to 13. Okay. I think an Enigmatic Incarnation on turn 4 means as long as I can draw pretty well here, I'm pretty good. Thunderclap's going to find another blink spell to keep him safe. Okay. There's another one. Oh, Deputy. Okay. Another nice thing I didn't say in the tech is cycle lands become way better in this deck, because now we can just go free stuff. So, let's Urban to put a land on there. Let's play the Deputy and we'll target the Oculus here. Oh, we target the face down, sorry. Because I didn't realize, I thought they were just named face down. So this is free PSA for anyone here. They are not called face down. I'm going to sack Fires here because I want a 5-drop. So that's a 4 into a 5. And I think it's just Yorion. Because Yorion here will let us blink everything, draw cards, and give us a double attack at their end step to mess with the Oculus. Okay. Another land. Oculus comes in. We will block. Life total is important. Okay. Do they have another Oculus? They do. Okay. This is actually good for us. So, put the Urban Explosion on land. Deputy one of the Oculuses and Hostage Taker the other. So there's 2 targets here. The one they have to take, yeah, they have to blink the one with the Deputy. Otherwise they would have lost both of the Oculuses. We're drawing a lot of lands here. Okay, play the land. I don't have enough yet, so we'll cycle this land. I think we will play the Knight of Autumn to gain life. And hold back. Sacking the 2-drop. And that's it. We got all 3 in one game. Kalia. Come on, Kalia. Give us a dragon. Oh, she whiffed. No. But she is also a flying blocker. A free vigil. The more I see this card, this is a problem in my brain. I'm going to start thinking about, ooh, maybe we could. And if we do this, we could run some of the cool new dragons or new demons. And I'm like, don't go that deep. Oh. Well, you know, we got Niv. We know what we got to do. Does he resolve?
Reload.
He does. Finds us a Clothis, a Tolsimir, and another Incarnation. So, let's enchant the land here to draw. Sack the land enchantment. We'll grab the Wandering Mind, hopefully to find us another enchantment. Finds us a couple. Ooh, okay. I think the Oath of Kaya is better here. What do you have? Quantum Riddler. Oh, this is a definitely upgraded version, but it's a very cool version. Alright, Quantum Riddler. Okay, play a land tapped. Let's try and play the Oath of Kaya here. Stubborn Denial, okay. Play the Clothis. And then we can just pass back. Do I sack the Clothis? No, I don't think this is an Edgar matchup. For those of you unaware, Edgar's ability to constantly come back if he's killed is very good in black style decks where they don't have much exile. But he does not really serve the purpose in a deck that probably has a ton of flicker and bounce. More Quantum Riddlers, draw in more cards. Right, let's exile the Essence Flux, gain 2 life back. Try and cast the Fire's Invention here. Another Stubborn Denial. Let's cast this Oculus from our deck. Well, from their deck, our Hostage Taker. And then we can sit back. They are going wide here, but one thing you got to remember with the Oculus deck, and it was something I don't think I covered very well in the budget version we made. Multiple Oculuses churn through your deck. Like right now they're doing 4 cards a turn. So they probably have like 5 turns before they can attack here. Sorry, 5 turns before they literally die. Because they've got 20 cards left in their library, so that's 5 turns. And if they cast Quantum Riddlers or other stuff, it could be significantly less turns. Alright, there's a Floodmore bouncing an Oculus. Recasting an Oculus, so they're doing 6 a turn right now. They do have 1 card in hand though, and we have enough for a Yorion Bounce Blink here. They're down to 10 cards, so if we get rid of the Oculuses, I don't think they can actually kill us quick enough. So let's do a full bounce with Yorion here. We have a land as a face down card, so that will come back as a land, so might as well. End step, everything comes back. We get to gain life, we get to... Oh, they realized we were about to, like, stabilize enough that they could not pass. So we'll pass it back. For Rakdos Theaters, what was this deck doing? I don't know, but I love it. Well, target 1 achieved. So, officially, all we need to get a full 5 target on this one is... We need to Kalia into a Niv. I know I said into a dragon, but really it's only Niv. Kalia into a Niv, or we have to try and win a match. This hand is slower, but you know what? I'll try it, which is a mistake because they have the turbo start on the play, and they do. They got an Oculus, and they have the mana to hold up a Stubborn here. Also, our Edicts really don't work well against Oculus with the fact they always throw a second creature on the field before we can get to it. Yep. There's the trial. They have a Stubborn Denial here, I think. No? Right, they hold that back. We'll play a land tapped. It was a Thunder Trap Trainer. Right, 4 mana here. Augur of Bolus. Finds them in Essence Flux. They manifest. Let's try and cast the Fires. They have Stubborn, so we're just going to die before we can do anything, so we'll just pass. That was a true turbo Oculus turn. They had turn 3 Oculus with protection backup. Those matches do feel pretty much unwinnable against that deck, which is why it's so good. Oh, okay, we have a trial. This is risky because trial does answer the 2-drop they're going to play. Because if they have the 2-drop into Oculus... Alright, so we got 3rd land here. We need more. There's an Augur. Augur finds a Mystic Dispute. Okay. Let's use Trial here because we can't risk them having a Neoform on the hand. There's a Consider. That's 2 less if it counts as a blue spell. So let's just try the Theatre of Horrors here. They have a Stubborn Denial. They clearly must be holding an Oculus. We don't draw any lands. Okay. Ooh, budget mana. Well, old school mana bases do hurt. Alright, Wandering Mind. Mystical Dispute. Yeah, the reason they counter that is clearly they're trying to... Fires of Invention. Another Denial. Yeah, this one's a non-game. If they just have the Oculus here, I think we just concede. No Quantum Riddler. Quantum Riddler into Essence Flux, so they've drawn 2 more. Hostage Taker, try and take out the Quantum Riddler here. If we can draw a land, casting the Riddler could be a big game swing for us. No, here's an Oculus. Okay, no more land, so no green, which sucks. So let's just try and cast the Oath of Kaya. They had counter, so I'm just going to concede. We were too far behind to win. Second game here with this Fires of Invention deck that is honestly a mess. No land hand, always fun. Okay, we'll put away that because we want to get... Okay, why are we drawing the Hostage Taker as the one-off constantly? Hey, Rakdos. And of course we don't have the turn 2 Trial of Ambition, which is not good. Okay, let's get a black so we can start using trials to try and... They go into the Fable, okay. Well, Trial of Ambition. See what they sack here. They sack the token. Fable's going to discard land to draw... Oh, you could have played that Urborg earlier. That would have really helped me out. There's a Fortsies. Takes the Hostage Taker. Interesting. Yep, second Blood Tithe. They definitely had a follow-up if they weren't running out the Hostage Taker. Let's Urban Utopia. Draw a card. Play the Trial of Ambition. Cindervines can take out the... And there's a Shield Druid. We're down to 11. Yeah, we drew rough there. Alright, pass it back. So, not having black to start off the turn there definitely hurt us. Opponent's probably looking at this being like, what the hell is this deck? I will also say, these matches took forever for us to find. Like, it was almost like the arena client was literally going, dude, are you sure this is the deck you want to play? We're just going to hold you in this queue for like 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes, just to be sure you click the right deck. Are you sure this is your deck? And it was like, yeah, dude, this is the deck I want to play. I'm going to try it out. Okay, so second game. Let's play first. Oof. Alright, this mulligan is pretty rough. Put the Scald back, and we gotta hope we can dodge enough to get Enigmatic down. Alright, we dodge a turn 1 Fortsies. Triple Path to the World Tree. So let's just keep getting some colors. There's a Fear of Missing Out. Interesting. Oh, if I got white. Okay, so Path to the World Tree. Grab white. There's a Fable, so still no hand disruption. We're okay with that. Oh, we got it, so let's go Fires into Enigmatic. End step, sack this. I think we grab the Knight to kill the Fear of Missing Out. And then we can trade the Knight with the token if they attack. That'll set us up good for any Edict effect we could draw. There's a Fortsies. They take the Oath of Kaya. Dude, I am going to block. I'm not going to let you just get a free damage in. There's a Blood Tithe. And another Fear of Missing Out. Okay. Alright. Fear 2 of Horrors. Path to the World Tree. Let's just keep getting lands here. The reason I want to do this is if we draw Niv, we need to have 5 lands so we can cast it. End step. Going to sack another Path to the World Tree here. And I think I'm going to grab the Deputy. Get rid of the Fear because they have Delirium. So I don't want them double attacking with that. Swing in. Yeah. You can hit us down to 15. There's a Blood Tithe. You're a scary board right now. Alright, we take another... Okay. Play land tapped. Let's use the Urban Utopia to draw a card. Right, I think we're going to have to blink and use Yorion here. I'm going to use Yorion to blink the Deputy to get back the Deputy and take out the Blood Tithes. Then on the sack, I think we sack... I'm trying to figure out what's the best 4-drop we could get here. I think we sack the fires to grab... I think we grab Tulsamere here for the fight. Take out the reflections, and yep, they concede to that. The reason we didn't go for the Niv there is reflections with... what's it called? Fear of missing out is just too insane. And active reflections of Kiki Jiki in that deck is just way too powerful, and you've got to just play against it. You cannot let them have it active, because it basically turns any fear of missing out into near infinite combats. It turns, not near infinite, sorry, into double extra combats. It turns oh god, what's it called? The Blood Tithe into basically multi-removal. Okay, here's a turn 1 Fortsies. The best option here is probably the Urban Utopia, because we can't, so yep, no land, but we top deck a blue land, so we'll play a slower land here. Play land tapped. Alright, turn 3 they play the Unholy Annex. That's beautiful here. So the thing with rooms is, even now with Deputy Detention, if they kill the Deputy, the room will come back, but both sides will be locked. Okay, well, Hostage Taker, let's take away the Shieldred. Swing in 15. And next turn, oh, they just concede. Wow, okay, target 2 done. It's the final game with fires, and right now the only target we're missing is a Kalia hitting a Niv Mizzet. Let's see if we can get it here. But to be fair, we will play fair. We're not going to just slam to win. Okay, Double Mana Confluence is interesting. I wonder what they're after. Path. Okay, they have an interaction, but they don't want to run it. Let's see what we get here. Let's get a green, because we want double green if we can. White into a Lily of the Veil. Interesting. Is this Orzhov control? Thinking this might be a control deck. I think the best bet is to drop the Trial of Ambition here. That way that... yeah. Alright. Then... okay, we'll play the Enigmatic Incarnation, sack the land. I played the wrong land, so I can't play my Edgar. And if this is a control-based deck, we've got to make sure. So, Wandering Mind here, find us another enchantment. I think Oath of Kai is better. It's basically a bit of life gain and can dome the Lily if they go that route. Field of the Ruin, okay. Alright, they're doing the field trick. So what they're going to do is they're going to use Field of Ruin here to take out our land to trigger the revolt so that they can use a push. Yep, there it is. Now their Lily can uptick again. Definitely get rid of the Invasion of Giants here. Okay, they are close to ultimate, so let's go for Edgar here. We could be in trouble if they plus Lily and remove Edgar and Fortsies us. I know they sack, so Edgar always comes back, flips into the coffin. Okay. Helping Hand. So is this... alright, I'm gonna Oath Lily. I think this might actually be Esper Monument or Esper... what's it called? Gazref. Let's play Prismari. It's a fatal push. I think this might be Esper Greasefang. Helping Hand definitely leans towards that Lily as a discard outlet. But I was still thinking this was an Esper control list. Treasure Cruise, yeah, this is an Esper control list. There's no way this is... unless it's a control Greasefang list. I have no idea. Right, let's get Yorion into play and blink the Edgar if we can. They consider. Oh wait, they did put a big Eldra. What did they put into the graveyard there? I didn't actually see it during gameplay. Flip Edgar back. Is this Esper Reanimator maybe? Okay, upkeep. They're going to Field of Ruin. Take out the land. It's fine with me. Literally, this deck runs 10 basics. I was on a basic kick back then. Play the land tapped. Move to combat. and thinking this could still be okay. The mission briefing. Oh, it's a monastery mentor. It's Esper control with mentor, and they concede. Okay, that's interesting. And spoiler alert, I'm going to tell you right now that they fully concede from the entire match. So yeah, Edgar carried us there, and I wanted to leave this in just as a reminder of how much fun and how good that Edgar actually is when the meta lines up. So for example, when nobody was running artifact removal, really, or exile removal, when Rakdos was undisputed king of Pioneer, Edgar was my like go-to right-hand guy. I literally made a brawl deck that I would play with online and with friends just for service to the Niv to Light cause. This deck is crazy as heck. So we'll move to the wrap-up when we get to the final thing here, because I think there's a little bit more time of him just timing out. Okay, the wrap-up for Niv to Fires. So, we won a game, we won a match. We managed to get the Fires and the Enigmatic at the same time. We managed to chain into each of the possible links from the color. We did not get Kalia to flip into a full Niv Mizzet hit, but honestly, this deck has some good bones. I don't believe it's 100% competitive or the best Niv Mizzet list you'll ever see, but there was I could see what I was definitely aiming for here. The idea that everything kind of gave you a little bit of advantage, finding a land, forcing a sack of an opponent, then we turn that into a creature that gives us more value. Basically, I can see the bones of the old school Enigmatic Incarnation mashed in with a Niv Mizzet value package. I think the idea of this deck was going to be that using the Pfizer invention and the Enigmatic to just gain a little bit of value, and then if I ran out of steam, I could sack Fires into a Niv to just fully reload. Seems really solid. Things I will say, there's some bones here. I definitely do want to try and remake this into a more optimized version. The things I've got to say is 100%. Deputy should probably be a Reflector Mage. Theatre of Horrors should just be something else entirely. Rogue Refiner, I think I could find a better replacement for. Kalia probably comes out of this, but I would love to probably try and brew like a Kalia. I want to try that in something else. That's another one for a future day. Don't go crazy on it now. Hostage Taker was good. Edgar, I'm falling back in love with Edgar. He stays. Gazref Prismari is just out of place here. And Showdown of the Skulls, I understand what it's trying to do here, but don't feel that has a place. As for the top end, really liked it. Mana base, yeah, definitely needs some work. I think Verges would be definitely good inclusions in this deck. And yeah, there's a lot of things that need to change in this deck, but there was some good bones here, and I definitely could see myself revisiting it. I will probably link a part 2 if I ever do it later. But yeah, Niv Enigmatic Fires. Blast from the past.